that I attended as of this year, and for those people that came to the specific trips or many ideas that came to school, there's some privileges that you might need to remind of. And sometimes I want to thank all the teachers and students and staff, to those people that are able to come help us within so many years that we did since last year and this year. Over the past year, we decided to host a Halloween and dance party just because you guys are appreciative. You have done a lot of good things based on what you did at school. Sometimes we can set up anything like hall parties and many other stuff that are able to educate for most circumstances, and students are able to learn confidently, but they need to remind themselves based on what they do and what they really need to help out with. Sometimes teachers can remind them just to focus attention based on the class that they're trying to learn. While there are a bunch of students and teachers that are moving out from one school to another school, transportations are eligible to directly send students into which school they had to provide, starting as of the name of the building that came from New York City across the whole entire university. Some of it might take longer than expected because of the route directions. Sometimes we can learn things for the better because schools can be fun for everybody, but sometimes when we learn new things, we can always help teach others do their own job, and we can help them identify what was the problem and how we can handle it. So that's our practical movement of this year. We always like to go outside with our classes, and we always done a lot of good things that we help as of this year. We may understand how much we love you guys and how much we appreciate to every single student that able to come help us. Just to let you know that principals might be changed for this year and next year, because some of the principals might go out to another school just to keep it coordinated into each class. Sometimes the students cannot participate or get into a mischievous fight, then they will be sent directly to the office and tell the principal why that student could be hurtful to other parents or students as well, so that they can inform what was the problem and how we can identify by going through these type of situations that most people cannot handle, which can be miscommunicating. And overall, some of these students might be angry about something that they would not try to say. Upon that, these floors might take a lot of steps for most classmates. When they get to the cafeteria, all they do was make a single file line, and then they apparently get their food from the cafeteria inside of that school, which were really fancy at this moment. But I can tell you how people usually built this, because the construction workers did really well on their job, basically, when they're making types of structures into each building. So that way it can provide a lot more space into each city, which can be overcrowding sometimes. Most schools can be difficult as well when they don't cooperate with learning skills. Maybe because they don't usually speak in a normal tone. So sometimes they need to use a translator device based on how they speak or whether if they know other languages. Basically, like Bengalians, Italians, Moroccan, French, and Spanish as well. But sometimes most people can speak Arabic. Sometimes they usually have to identify which words can mean the same phrase based on their identification because what if they try to understand what they usually say or what words they can usually mean. They use a dictionary in order to find out which word can be a lot less confusing or maybe sometimes they need to find a local device or translator so that way it's easier for most students to communicate when they actually speak not more than English for most part because they usually born in each country. For example, Venezuela, it, Italy, China, Mongolian, Bengalian, and all that stuff because they need to take a certain airplane in order to fly across each country. Maybe they were trying to live through many types of states that they usually live until the year of the entire universe. Maybe they need to make more friends frequently so that we can stay along together so it doesn't really collide between one person that is trying to fight against each other. And sometimes they need to provide distance when they actually not become friends as to they were being called enemies. Enemies can be bad sometimes, but when you actually see somebody trying to fight against the people that we're trying to negotiate on, or maybe they're trying to disinfect other people that we're trying to commemorate the hurtness across people's feelings, and I don't really tend to feel that way, but most of its time we can identify the issue that they usually have in their own brain. Most students cannot identify or self-talk their own issue based on everything that has been told so that we can discuss this no matter what. The more overreaction or the fight that they could have been caused, the more people that has been misbehaving all day so that they can be suspended for 1 week, which is insane for most students that were trying to disrupt the lesson. And somehow it has gotten away with that type of feeling. And most people at every school, they need to provide a lot of devices when they actually try to do work, or even sometimes when they need to make a research about everything based on the exams that they were taken across from middle school and elementary. You know. Yeah, I'm still yapping about everything that I've been told about the last day of school and all, you know. I'm gonna back you. What the are you saying, bro? Nope, you're not gonna do it. Nope. Mm-mm. Not today, bro. Not today. I think he's trying to scam other people, which is not really fun for everybody. But also, I have a question. Is anybody coming to the last day of school? I just want to know. I don't like they try to scam other viewers. When they do streaming, they always get like you know. Listen, I'm not gonna get caught. Chill, guys, chill. EJ, you better stop doing that. And also, it's not fun. And I'm not scamming. You cannot block me. I'm personally a streamer. I'm over here trying to record stuff and you're trying to ruin it. You know. You know what? This is gonna be a backfire. Because of what you did, trying to scam me, that's not gonna happen. You know what I said?